clock blocked. In this space, we cleverly invented that phrase for what teams in the NFL draft either try to do, or at least we as media and fans think they're doing. Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, home of the Dallas Cowboys. And now there's a new wrinkle in the Cowboys getting clock blocked in the NFL draft as it relates to Surtain and Horn. We'll have more for you in a little bit on how the Cowboys' focus seems to have narrowed to those two cornerbacks. But before we get to that, a new wrinkle is the Carolina Panthers, we hear. At number 8, they want to make sure that they get in on the Surtain versus Horn argument. And that has some Cowboy observers go, oh no. Oh no what? Let's do the math. And this is an exercise that we worked on when the rumor came out that the Eagles and the Giants, positioned right behind Dallas in the draft, that they were going to jump up ahead of 10 so they could get into the business of clock blocking. Nonsense. All these teams are all moving up to number 8, but number 8 staying there because they all want Surtain or Horn. Really? The Cowboys have yet another blocker in their pursuit of Horn versus Surtain in the Panthers. They're at number 8. They're rumored to be interested in one of the cornerbacks, and I don't care. I mean, I care enough to talk about it, to explain what I think about it, but if I'm the Cowboys, I don't care. This is a continuation of the same rumors/stories that have the Eagles moving up because they want to get ahead of Dallas and take their corner. And the Giants are going to move up. They want to get ahead of Dallas and take their corner. First of all, I am not at all convinced that the origin of these rumors knows what the Giants want to do in their present position or in a move-up position. I am not certain that the origin of these rumors knows what it is the Eagles are searching for. Desperately, grab-baggily, if that's a word, searching for, in terms of drafting for a position. But now comes Carolina, picking 2 slots ahead of Dallas. All along existed the possibility of Carolina choosing a player that Dallas liked because Carolina's ahead of Dallas. Big deal. How does any of this change what Dallas should do? Now, let's do the math again. How many quarterbacks are going in the top 9? 4 or 5? Pitts is going in the top 9. How many receivers? 0 or 1 or 2. How many offensive linemen? 0 or 1 or 2. How many cornerbacks? 0 or 1 or 2. But I just listed 12 guys. You pick 10th. How are you going to get X'd out? Unless you have an unhealthy obsession with the position, which is always a bad idea. And then you're going, oh, we're going to be so devastated if we end up with Sewell, the offensive lineman from Oregon. But you shouldn't be devastated, and you wouldn't be devastated. You might be getting the 3rd best player on your board. So you take him. And then you listen to the critics chirp about how you should have taken defense. But you didn't take a position. You took a player. So we're talking about 12 guys that would somehow have to go ahead of spot number 10 for you to be truly disappointed. And I ain't that good at math, but that's mathematically impossible. 12 guys cannot go in the top 9 spots. There's going to be a lot of guys. When you draft 10th, guess what? There's a lot of guys that you like that get picked ahead of you. And guess what again? When you pick at 44, there's going to be a whole bunch of more guys that are picked ahead of you that go, And we'll get those war room shots, and you'll see Jerry or the coach or Steven or McClellan. Oh, no. And then we'll all right. They really wanted that. Maybe they just go, he was one of the 10 guys we liked at 44. He's one of the 10 guys we would have liked at 75. He's one of the 10 guys we would have liked at 99. And you make a little face, and then you pick one of the other 10. Let the Eagles allow the Cowboys to come into their heads and live rent-free. Let the Giants allow the Cowboys to come into their heads and live rent-free. Because when those two teams are saying, we want to move up above Dallas, they are making the mistake of obsessing about Dallas instead of just taking the 11th best player, the 12th best player. And as we just illustrated, the 12th best player and the 11th best player are both on the same plane. When you factor in all these quarterbacks, you really might have 12 guys on a similar plane, on a similar talent plane. So if you're Dallas, if you're Carolina, you take the 8th best one. If you're Dallas, you take the 10th best one. If you're Dallas and you think that that guy is the 5th best one and he's still there at 10, then you take him. Don't overcomplicate this. So let the Giants have the Cowboys in their head. Let the Eagles have the Cowboys in their head. And now Carolina's thinking, we better take one of these cornerbacks. And so in some way, Dallas they're in their head too. Good. Let the Cowboys be in those teams' heads, living rent-free, and not the other way around. Fish out.